Hey guys, we got another Star Wars. We got two Star Wars coming at you today.
The year is 1999. Phantom Menace has just been released.
99?
99.
Okay, yeah.
You didn't get into the Star Wars card game.
It's too complicated.
It's too complicated. Too many rules. The game's been out for too long. Way too many cards. You're super excited for a new Star Wars card game that's coming out in 2000.
I sure am.
It's called Young Jedi.
Nothing I like more than young Jedis.
Nothing ever bad will happen to young Jedis in the film franchise.
Definitely not. Just after 1998, when Undertaker threw Mankind off of Hell in a Cell, plummeted 16 feet through an announcer stable. That's sort of accurate, yes. Accurate timeline.
So, here we are. Young Jedi is Decipher's, I guess, attempt to get people into Star Wars card games that are not the Star Wars customizable card game, and also targeted towards a younger audience. Now, what we've got for you is what we will call a game of Young Jedi, because we're not entirely sure that there's much going on here.
There are about 3 starters. There was a starter set in each set that came out, a starter box in each set that came out, and they were each 30 card light side deck, 30 card dark side deck, and they said you could smash them together to make one legal 60 card deck. So
which is kind of cool. Like
yeah.
as far as a marketing pitch, being able to tell somebody, oh, you want a light side and a dark side, buy 2 decks, smash them together, and boom, you're ready to go.
So the way the game works is we're going to be fighting over these locations, various locations. There's always going to be Coruscant. There's Coruscant, Naboo, and Tatooine. There are 3 different locations on each of these planets. We're going to be fighting each other for control of these planets, one planet at a time. It's not like Conquest where there's a line of planets. There's just one at a time. So the way we do that is with characters. Characters will fight. There's no vehicles in this game. It's just characters fighting. So that's like a lot of limited design space, I think, also. But anyway, here's a character card. All right. Now on your turn, you can play 6 pips worth of things. What's a pip, you ask? In the top left corner of the bot, it has 2 little gray pips. So you can deploy from your hand of 6 cards, 6 pips worth of cards to the battlefield. That's it. It's pretty simple. I actually kind of like that. So, for instance, the more powerful characters might cost 6. Like in this deck, Darth Maul costs 6 pips. This little nerdy advisor guy costs 1 pip. And at the end of your turn, you draw back up to 6. So it's not like you're punished for playing cheap stuff. Actually, probably is better off playing a bunch of cheap stuff.
This is actually something that they recycled when they revamped the Star Trek card game. They made it so that every card had pips on them, and same thing. I think it was 6. It may have been 7 in that game, but I think it was 6 worth that you could replay. So this is something that Decipher did return to, because I do like it. I do think it works kind of smoothly.
Yeah, it does.
So
below that you have its power. So when it's battling, it's going to compare its power to the character it's fighting, and it'll die if it's lower. Robot most of the time probably will die. It's 2 power. Below that, you'll see a bunch of little tiny pictures. What are those pictures, you ask? They correspond to different location cards. So Coruscant, for example, this is the Galactic Senate of Coruscant. It is the middle picture on this robot. Now, let me find a card that makes that relevant. Oh, okay, it actually does it. I just can't see it very well. If you'll notice on the on the top picture of that robot, there are 2 little red pips. So if you're at that top Coruscant location,
which is the Jedi Council Chamber?
Sure.
I think it's the Jedi Council Chamber.
Yeah, it looks kind of like it.
Because you've got this Galactic Senate, and then whatever the 3rd location is, which is the capital city. Okay, so that's like your 3. You can't even see them. But that's your 3 locations there in that order. So this robot only gets the bonus power if he's in the Jedi Council Chamber.
Yeah. So he gets. That being said, he gets power if fighting at that location, that specific Coruscant location. He gets power equal to the amount of red dots on that little tiny box that is a piece of artwork. You're supposed to compare to a piece of artwork on a card that's much larger, and that's also a clipping of the artwork. It's not the full artwork. So that's something. Okay. Now, if it dies during combat, you take damage based on the damage at the bottom left of the card. It says 1 damage. When you take damage, you flip a card off the top of your deck. If you're after milled, you lose the game.
So, like this Jawa here is 2 damage. So for some reason, a battle droid is more disposable than a Jawa. And somebody like Obi-Wan has got 6 damage. So,
yes. Okay. And then there are also blaster rifles that are like, I think mostly the attachments in these decks are blaster rifles. So when you're battling, you essentially can give a character in the battle 1 weapon. They can only ever have 1 weapon. They can't dual wield, I guess, unless it says otherwise, but there's not any, there's really no text on these cards. They're just numbers. So not a lot of interesting things going on. Oh, and then you're also going to have the die at the top of the card. That is the destiny of a card. It's only ever referenced if you draw destiny from your deck. Yeah. You're going to draw a card, you're going to look at that number, and you're going to use that number for whatever. And
that mechanic is lifted straight from the Star Wars customizable card game. So that is something that they recycled. I would say it's probably one of the few things that they actually recycled in this game.
And there's also events. Events obviously played during combat. They do a thing that says red, whatever that means, use with any diamond battle droid. Now, red means gains 2 power, and diamond battle droid is any, I guess, battle droid that has a diamond in its text box or its name. A diamond in this game means that it's not unique. Unique characters do not have a diamond. A little different.
Consistency.
Sure. Great. All right, cool.
No, that is something that Decipher was not consistent with, because in Star Wars the CCG, your unique characters had a dot next to their name.
Right.
And you had some characters you could only play 2 or 3 copies of. So the dots told you how many you could have in play.
Oh, okay.
Now, in the Star Trek game, your characters were unique, and they just had their name there. And if they were universal, which meant they were disposable and replaceable, red shirts basically, there was a symbol next to their name to let you know. So this is, for whatever reason, this doesn't follow in the footsteps of the Star Wars game. It follows in the footsteps of the Star Trek game.
All right, so here's how battle works. And battle's kind of simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to take everything you have deployed at the location. You're going to grab it in your hand, and you're going to arrange them in a way where you're basically making a pile of war. If a character is equipped with something, you're going to put it to the left in your hand, and you're going to put it then. And then if you're playing an event, you can put that to the left of the character you're applying it to. And then essentially things are going to be flipped up one at a time, and we're going to compare. So my battle pile is a droid with a blaster against this guy. And we're fighting in the Galactic Senate. I do get +2 power in the Galactic Senate.
I do not.
So I would also draw Destiny. This means it gets an extra this many power. So just pretend like that's the Destiny draw. So 4 power. So it'd be doing, it shoots him, and then he's discarded. You would take damage. This goes to the used pile, and then we move on to the next. So droid, Galactic Senate. So it's 4 plus 2 more for my event.
So I have 2 in the Senate, so that's 4. So dead.
That's shot, you mill, and then the last one.
I've got Obi-Wan.
And Obi-Wan cuts this droid.
Yeah, Obi-Wan murders that droid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I take 1. So that's how battle works.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then if you live, you move on to the next day. I think if that's, I try to figure out how you control locations. If you have 1 or more characters face up, and your opponent has no characters, you win win control.
Okay.
If you win 2 planets, you win the game.
Okay.
Or if you mill your opponent, you win the game.
But we only fight at 1 planet at a time?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we deploy people to the other planets? Oh.
They don't play it. They're not in play yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Also on the first 2 turns, so first player's first turn and second player's first turn, you deploy face down. So there's no battling on those 2 turns. Battling is an optional phase. You don't have to battle.
How do I know that you spent 6 resources?
I guess you don't.
Could you, like, bluff? Could you play like 7 one turn and then like 5 in the other turn, and you like technically broke the rules, but I wouldn't know?
You don't play face down the second turn.
Okay, yeah. So
every turn after that, you don't play face down.
Okay, so first turn you play face down, second turn you play face up, and you flip up.
Yep.
So okay.
All right, so we'll try to get through a game of this. I don't know if we're gonna have the stamina to get through a game of this.
It does seem pretty miserable.
Yeah.
My memory was kinder to this game.
Like conceptually, there's a lot of cool stuff, but the cards themselves just don't have anything interesting happening on them.
Yeah.
There are things I like about it.
I do want to point out deck building right quick. So, the cards all have, you may not even be able to see it because of the glare.
There you go.
But they all have an icon on the side here.
You gotta look real close.
You gotta look real close, and they're different. Okay. I don't think these are like colorblind proof.
No, probably not.
So you've got like a yellow and orange, you've got a purple, you got a red here, you got a green, you got a blue. So I don't think those are necessarily like designed in a way for accessibility. But anyway, those dots are how you build a deck. You include 10 copies of each dot,
making 60 cards.
So I do like that. I like restrictions on the way you build decks because I think it makes you make decisions.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so deck is shuffled. Let's show off the backs real quick. So there are, in this game again, there are light side and dark side designations for cards. They're pretty lame. You got Darth Maul and Obi-Wan's Phantom Menace pictures forever. If this game lasted forever, this would still be the card back.
Yeah.
That's not very...
That's not future-proofing.
No, it's not future-proofing. Not at all. What's up, Code Red and Farquaad? How you doing?
Hello. Okay.
Alright. So we're going to draw Destiny and see who goes first. I got a 4.
I have a 6.
Okay, so you will choose the first location.
Okay.
Put it into play.
I guess I'm gonna go for Tatooine.
Yeah.
It's sure Pod Race Arena. Sure. Now, this is pod racing. I should have brushed up on my prequel memes like 2 weeks ago before we started this.
Yeah. Well, you can also surrender a planet if they think they're losing, but you don't want to suffer any more losses. You can surrender the planet at the end of your turn.
Okay.
After you even up your hand.
Gotcha. After you draw up, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can say, oh, okay, this is going badly, and let's move on. Okay.
Okay, so
6.
you deploy.
Okay. All right.
You deploy face down.
All right, so I got 6 pips. I will deploy this. It doesn't matter
because
I'm going to line it all up.
Yeah, you'll line it up during battle.
Okay,
so you can just deploy.
I'll deploy that.
Okay,
like that.
Like, it doesn't even matter. You don't necessarily even play attachments on stuff.
You just play them. Okay,
use it later.
All right, so I will draw.
Play 5 cards.
That's right.
Okay. We'll deploy 4 cards. Your turn.
When do you deploy events, or is it
also in your ready phase? You can discard any number of locations before you draw up.
Okay.
You deploy, or you battle after you deploy.
Okay. All right. So this turn, I will deploy Obi-Wan.
You do flip those face up now.
Okay.
So on my next turn, I could initiate battle.
Okay.
But you can't this turn because I have face down stuff.
Sure. Got a Republic pilot, a Royal Guard, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't have to play an event right now, right?
Nope.
Okay.
You play events during battle.
Sure.
I got some blaster rifles and
Some
robots.
darts.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So I have another Tatooine location. It just happens to be the same location.
Okay.
I can just play it over top because it's Tatooine.
Gets it out of your hand at
Yeah.
least.
Then I'll play Battle Droid for 2, Battle Droid for 2, and Odian Aid for 1. I'll initiate battle because we'll see what happens.
Sure.
So pick up. All right, yeah.
So I've got an event.
So you play that. You put those into the battle.
Okay.
plan.
Cool.
I think you play. Let me see how that's work. I think you show them to your opponent first, and then you assemble your battle plan.
This says use with any Royal Guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you would put it to the left of Royal Guard in your battle plan.
Gotcha.
Before you put your hand down on the table, take the other cards and place them face down on the table next to your characters. So I'm saying I'm playing 2 cards in my battle plan, and then you put your hand away from the battle. Yeah.
That way you're not putting characters into the battle from not cheat. It's not this game's not a complete cheater's paradise.
No. Yeah, because your opponent knows all your characters.
If you have extra characters, what happens? Do I take damage?
You take 1 damage for each character. That's like overwhelming.
Oh, gotcha.
That is like does not have a person to attack.
Okay.
You take a damage.
Unblocked, as it were.
Yeah, kind of. All right, so we can assemble our plans now.
Okay.
And each thing can have 1 weapon and 1 event.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I've got 2 and a draw. You've got 4 and a draw.
Yep.
Okay.
6.
7. Okay, well I guess this guy's dead. Destiny's discarded.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Those are actually drawn to your hand.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then these guys move on.
So I take 1 damage.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Next. So I've got 2, a draw, and 2. So I have 4 and a draw.
4 and a draw. I've got 5 and a draw.
I got 8 total.
I've got 9 total.
All right. I take a damage.
And this goes to my hand.
Yeah. Oh, I guess this isn't. Flash rifle is not discarded.
Oh, it isn't. The weapons aren't. Oh, okay.
I got 2 power.
This guy's coming in at 4. 9.
All right.
Dead. And then this is discarded. Got nobody else, so I take 1.
Yep.
And 1. Okay. You okay? All right. So end of the turn, I can discard stuff now.
Yes. This is the double Star Wars edition.
Yeah, the double header. So if I've got 7 cards, would I have to have discarded down anyway?
You would on your turn.
Okay.
So that was my turn, right? Because I initiated the battle.
Oh, okay.
So now you don't have to discard down right now.
I gotcha.
But I draw it up.
Oh, okay.
Now it's your turn.
I bungled that last turn then. This is all right. Okay. So I will slam. I'll go 2, 2, 1, and 1. I'll play 2 Royal Guards. Oh, and you said the weapon is not discarded?
Right.
Okay, so my blaster rifle's still there. Alright, so I will play a Royal Guard veteran and then a Royal Guard leader. These are apparently...
Oh, I'm sorry. It does say discarded weapon. I just read that.
If the character dies?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So... Royal Guard veteran, Royal Guard leader, and then 2 Jawas. Coming in hot. And I guess I'll initiate battle.
Okay.
I got 1 card to add to my battle plan.
Actually. Yes. Okay. Put those there. Assemble the plan.
Okay.
super dead. Okay. Play a game of war, pretty much.
I get a blaster.
Oh, that was wrong.
Okay. Well, Obi-Wan's
yeah, he's super dead.
Murdering that
just
guy.
cuts his 8 in half.
Just shoots that guy.
Take 2.
Okay.
So 2, 4, and draw.
Okay, so I've got 2 in a draw. I have 5.
So 7.
Okay, so you kill me. Destiny goes to the hand. Okay.
Who made the game Decipher?
Alright. This guy is 6.
I got 4, so
he's dead.
Take 1.
Okay, and then the Jawas come in. Oh, sorry. Here's the Royal Guard. Hit you for 1. Jawa.
Okay. Oh boy.
Alright, I will discard these 2 planets and then draw up. Okay.
Alright, what? So, like, this is free, because it has no pips. But this costs 1.
Yeah, this is Destiny 6.
Okay. Alright. Anyways, I'll play these droids. I'll initiate battle again. This game is so boring.
I have 1 card to add to my battle plan.
Alright. I'm done.
Alright. This is literally, it's just
Dudes
pile them in.
And none of the characters have any words on them that are relevant.
To pile them in. Okay. Okay. Blaster. Obi-Wan.
Okay. Bang.
3. So I'm 5, 8.
I have 7. So
okay. Whew. That's a close one, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's trying to lose the battle droid over there. This is 6. 2. Whew.
That's strong.
2.
Nope, sorry.
2 to 2. What happens?
I think you just stare.
You stare at each other?
Yeah. Yep, they just stay.
Okay. Jawa dies to the robot. I take 2. And then I got 1 Jawa left over, so you take 1.
Okay.
These guys are like liabilities now.
Yeah. Alright, then I'll draw. Your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna play a Royal Guard leader. I'm gonna play a Republic captain. I'll play a blast rifle and a blaster. And I'm coming to gun all these down.
Yep, I got nothing.
Yep. Obi-Wan and a gun. Shoots a droid. Royal captain, or sorry, Royal Guard and a blaster. Shoots that droid. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So.
Alright, I've gunned you down finally.
The good news, all those guys are stranded there now.
My whole army.
Alright, so
that all sits off to the side, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So when a planet has been controlled at the end of the player's turn, it's time to move on to the next planet. Move the controlled planet to the side of the table and move the characters and weapons that are still on it with it. The planet is no longer the focus of the game. You cannot deploy characters, weapons, or locations here or battle there anymore. The characters and weapons remaining there are temporarily stranded until a starship evacuates them, of which there are none in these starter decks. Because I also think that is a very clunky mechanic. I'll explain that in a minute. If you're the player who just lost the planet, you get to choose the next planet. You must choose a planet that has not yet been in play. I can actually look at my discard pile.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it seems that makes sense. That's a good rule. So
we'll go to Naboo.
That's all right, Victor.
Yeah.
I'll discard this, right? Because this is my turn.
Oh, you're drawn up.
Yeah, discard that and draw 3.
So
we're glad you can make it by today. So
there are transports in the game. You can play a transport on a planet that you won to get the units off of it. Okay, they're now on the transport. The other player has a chance to play a starfighter. The starfighter compares power much like you would in a battle, and if it wins, then you destroy the transport and everything on it.
Hilarious.
If it doesn't, the transport moves on to the planet. Either way, the transport and the starfighter are discarded.
What's the thing from...
So it's like a card type that only exists for one purpose.
Yeah. What's Poochie died on the way to his home planet or whatever? That's what happens here. It's like you're trying to... Like, here's Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's freed Tatooine. He's on his way over. And it explodes.
Yep.
So...
Alright, So I think if you go to a new planet, I think you have to play face down again.
Makes sense to me.
It does make sense.
I wonder if I should just concede Naboo to you.
It does. Okay. I'll do this.
Yeah, my turn?
Yes.
I will... so I go face down?
Yep.
Okay, so I will play 5 cards. And I'll discard Coruscant and draw.
Yeah, roll a blaster. I'll play face down.
Uh-oh.
Coming for you.
Okay, so my turn. I flip face up.
Yep.
Honestly, I think I just concede the planet to you. Like I choose not to battle. Concede the planet. Move to 1, I have a chance of winning.
Yeah, you have the option to surrender after you draw up.
Okay, so yeah, I can dump some stuff out of my hand, I guess.
You could.
Is it worth it? Yeah, I'll dump the non-Coruscant guys from my hand. They're all kind of toast anyway. I will concede. I'm not gonna let Darth Maul... I won't give him the satisfaction of murdering nameless, faceless...
Damn. Then
units.
you get to pick the next planet.
Okay.
It has to be Coruscant.
Yeah, so
just one of the
here we go. Take a seat.
And then my turn to deploy stuff.
I discard these and...
Oh, ain't good. Discard that.
Alright, so I deploy face down. I've got 6 there. Your turn, I will draw 3.
Alright, I only had 2 pips for the stuff, but I'll play these guys.
Alright, so my turn. I'll turn these face up. Got 6. And then I will play 6 here. Okay. And let's fight. We have like a bunch of bureaucrats just like beating on each other.
God, why do I have so many stupid nerds?
Okay.
I'll put 1.
I have 2 to add to my battle pile. Okay. I had the perfect draw of being able to actually play a bunch of stuff. So.
Good news, I'll probably just lose in this battle.
Okay. I've got 6.
I got 4 and a draw.
And a destiny.
So 7.
Okay, that kills me. I take 1. Alright, next.
I got a nerd.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm shooting that nerd. I got 6 and a destiny. So 7, 8.
Okay, I got a nerd.
I have 4.
Okay.
Beat that nerd up.
Let's take 2. And I got a nerd.
I got 2. The 2?
Yes.
We just stare at each other.
Yes.
And then the Republic pilot walks over and...
That kills me.
Yeah.
Thank God, that's over.
Okay, well, what did we learn?
This game is actually worse than Star Wars the card game.
Yeah. That game at least showed promise, right? This game is literally the numbers. I remember that nobody played anything but Blaster Rifle because it was a 6 Destiny.
Yeah.
So yeah. This I feel like this game is like mathematically solved. The fact that your characters matter only on one single planet is garbage.
Man,
like actually garbage, right? Like why wouldn't I just concede the planet that you're good at?
Right. Man, this game sucks.
This game is really
I mean, it might be interesting. I like a lot of the concepts in it, but the just comparing power one versus
very
one
boring.
is so boring.
Yeah.
And then the pips are cool. Playing that amount of pips of things a turn and drawing up, I like that, obviously.
Because it played fast. I mean, like we were done in
and that's fine.
And there's something to be said for a fast card game.
Yeah.
But
it's glorified war.
Yeah. Yeah. With like some extra steps.
It's less fun than war. That's for sure. War is great. Ooh boy. I mean, maybe with more interesting cards. These are starter deck cards. They're all very generic, like extremely generic, way too generic. No card had special text.
None of these are interesting.
No,
at all.
No card, not even Darth Maul or Obi-Wan.
Yeah, they're blank.
And these are spanning 3 different starter decks, one from each set. None of them changed the mold. It was all just here's our starter deck cards. And I don't know.
I mean, it feels beyond lazy.
Yeah, it's super lazy. I don't know if like that the cards in the actual sets were different. Probably there was more complexity, I assume. But why wouldn't you put like a taste of some of those cards into the starter decks?
So I want to say there were events based off the characters that you had in combat. Mm-hmm. So I know there was like a droid deck you could play because like R2D2 and C3PO were like a really good combo. But yeah. There's not a lot going on.
It's called Young Jedi, but as a kid, I wouldn't even have fun with this.
Yeah.
Or let's play Pokemon. Pokemon's very complex and interesting.
Right. And you got retreat costs. You've got
weaknesses, strengths.
Yeah. I mean, like even Charizard takes extra damage versus water Pokemon, you know? So even if, I don't know.
It's like they try. So Decipher it seems like they fail to make a simple card game.
Yeah.
But they can make a very, very good complex card game. But it's like they hamstring themselves too much. Right. They're trying to design down.
I honestly feel like the success of the Star Trek card game and the Star Wars card game went to their head, and they felt like they couldn't print something that would be a failure.
Well, like Lord of the Rings came out the year after this.
Yeah. Or
the year after the next game, right?
Yeah.
After Jedi Knights.
So I think now I don't know how many people worked on this game, right? It may be one of those things where they had a very small team working on it. The Star Trek and Star Wars game, that was like the bulk of their income. Mm-hmm. About this same time, they came out with the Austin Powers card game. And that game is deplorable. It's like actually, I don't know if anybody could have fun with that game now. So yeah, it's bad. It's like I think it's like a step up from this. Mm-hmm. I remember having some friends who played it and they were like, it was really, really funny when we started playing it. And then we went to play it again. Because the game is based off of jokes.
Oh,
so
you just hear the same jokes a lot.
Yeah,
and
so what's really funny is hearing the same joke every time you play a card game.
Man.
So yeah, it's one of those things where was it the second Austin Powers film where they had that whole sequence where it's like, look, sir, it's and it like interrupts with like a euphemism for male genitalia. There's like a cycle of cards in that game that you can play based off that. So if like you have those cards in your hand, you're like, so right. The Austin Powers, like I said, the Austin Powers game has not aged
That's pretty awful.
in the slightest.
Yeah.
It has been. It is just. I mean, it is like hyper aged, just completely from a different time. So yeah, big miss with this game.
Really big miss.
Whiff, completely out of the park. Just not even the person swung the bat and rotated around so fast they launched into space, where they were promptly shot by a starfighter and didn't make it to their objective.
I just don't know why you would play a transport and starfighter in your deck, unless because you'd have to play so many to have them at the right time.
Yeah, because you don't get to discard them.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with this game. I don't know what people were thinking. This, like, if the TCG felt like a cash-in, this game. Now, so I think one of the interesting things that I've always heard through the rumor mill, and I don't know what truth there is to this, but especially during this time, you were licensing Star Wars, you would get edicts from Lucasfilm because of the merchandising and whatnot, and that's because the merchandising for Star Wars is what it is. That you would have to make stuff that could tie into films, right? So you're licensing the Star Wars product, and you have the Lucasfilm divided up the rights for stuff, which was part of the reason why it FFG never released a companion app for the Star Wars role-playing game that they came out with.
It's a digital product.
Because it is a digital product,
yeah.
And Lucasfilm has these arcane and ancient regulations. Any digital product is considered a video game.
Right.
And the Star Wars video game licensing is different than the Star Wars pen and paper RPG licensing.
So you can't just have something that has a character sheet on it.
You can't make an app
yeah.
that has a companion thing with like a character sheet and stuff like that. Now, I think that may have changed because you had like Imperial Assault and a digital app that went with it. So maybe
after Disney got it, probably things changed a bit.
Yeah. So there, I would not be surprised if it was one of those things where Lucasfilm is like, we need a Star Wars card game. You've got the license. We will rip that license away from you if you don't make a Star Wars.
And it's like, okay, one weekend later, here you go. Here's the design.
And it's like,
go to the printer.
What do we got? We got 16 production stills, right? And we gotta make something.
Because like, if this deck was churned through playtesting and revitalization and like just to figure out what would make it fun, there's something there. There's something there. I think there's a possible fun product that exists within the bounds of this card game as it's made.
Yes.
With lots of changes probably. But
I don't know how you get there. You gotta push.
The design space is incredibly limited.
Yeah.
Incredibly limited.
Yeah, I mean, how close was Obi-Wan losing that fight to a droid?
Yeah.
You know? And like how...
When would that happen in Star Wars? Also, you'd only ever have characters in the game. Just characters. How many droids can you print?
Yeah.
There's like 6 different droids in this deck. There's different pictures of droids.
Same thing.
They're same stats. They just have different locations.
Royal Guards, the Republic pilots, same thing. I was lucky to have drawn my battle plan stuff, my Republic pilots with my pilots, and I was lucky to have drawn my Royal Guard thing with my Royal Guards. Right? Like, I am not incentivized at all. Like, I applauded the decks before we played them for being able to smash them together, but in retrospect, that's a terrible idea because I could see having a hand where you end up with like 3 or 4 dead cards, and you end up in a situation where you don't even meet your 6 dots.
To be fair, mine were like battle droids in both decks, and there were 2 different events.
See, look at this bust power creep.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Power
thing.
creep.
It's the same. It's the same card.
Yeah, it's the same name,
different names.
Yeah,
it's the same color. As well.
Yeah, so it eat up the same spot in the deck.
Yeah,
but it's from different sets.
Yeah,
like I said, extremely lazy design in that case, right?
Let's move on to Jedi Knights.
So
I'm gonna get heated over here.
He's getting heated.
I'm getting heated.
He's getting heated. You gotta calm him down. You gotta go for a lap.
So bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game, so the original, something I do every year at Gen Con, except this year, for the last 3 years, I should say, is working at Cardhalla. The original Cardhalla was built because Decipher was giving away Young Jedi decks at Gen Con, promoting it. And everybody hated the game.
Oh
and
my
they thought
God.
It was terrible.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and so the original Cardhalla was built using the Young Jedi cards that people basically cast off. And so, yeah. And that to me, I was like, yeah, I remember that game not being received very well. So you come, like, okay, imagine...
It did come out, yeah. Young Jedi made it in a very charitable tradition.
I mean, Cardhalla is like I want to say Cardhalla is roughly like a $8,000 a year donation to charity event.
Really cool. So we definitely need to bring those into the next Gen Con.
Yeah.
Along with Star Wars the card game. And probably Jedi Knights. Probably.
Yeah.
To throw in. To whatever you're doing there.
So now, the year is 2001.
2001 now. Okay. It's 2 years later.
Yeah, well, right. 99, your Decipher, you got to make something.
And then they came out in 2000. Okay.
And they came out in 2000. So the year is 2001. And Young Jedi has completely failed. Young Jedi is a debacle people will be talking about for the next 2 to 3 decades.
We're into the second one, so yes.
Yeah. So, now.
I guess we're into the third one.
Yeah. Also, you've heard about computer animation.
It's super cool. The newest thing. You saw Jurassic Park. Totally sweet.
Yeah, you saw Jurassic Park 7 years ago and thought to yourself, what if Star Wars characters had polygon counts?
So you hired the guy from Beast Wars. His cousin.
Yeah. So
who just is starting in the field of computer graphic design.
And you've learned your mistake. Young Jedi sucks. We'll say it. It's not good. There's not a lot going on. What if you wanted to make a game that was somewhere between Young Jedi and Star Wars the card game? Okay? That's like, you're talking about like Candyland and Axis and Allies. All right? You're looking for...
Axis and Allies or Twilight Imperium?
Star Wars the card game, probably closer to Twilight Imperium. You're looking for slightly more complex than Risk.
Yes, okay.
Okay. Right. Young Jedi, Candyland. You're even drawing cards off the top of the deck to see who wins, okay?
Oh my god. It could play itself. You could
literally
a very simple AI would play that game.
Yes. Yeah. It wouldn't take much.
God. It just automatically plays it.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you play pick 6 pips? If
it's like character... 5 if statements.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm heated up.
All right. So here we are. We got Jedi Knights. All right. Still got light side. You still got dark side. All right. We've got.
It's like determined. Yeah, it's deterministic. It's like a computer could read the order of your deck and like determine the winner. Order the 2 decks. There's no.
Yeah. All right. So what's their problem with Young Jedi? You're just kind of drawing cards. Okay, so what if you can control what you draw? Now, in Jedi Knights, you have a theme. And this is actually carried over from Star Wars, the customizable card game, which we'll cover next week sometime. Now, we're not sure the date because we are rearranging our schedule based off the gauntlet.
Yeah.
There was a something they added to Star Wars the card game that, in my opinion, made it a lot better. They weren't necessarily balanced, but it was a lot better. It gave you direction to build around. So you've got a theme. This is the Darth Vader theme right here, okay? And the Darth Vader theme tells you, at the start of the game, place Darth Vader, Agent of the Empire. Bang! Darth Vader, Agent of the Empire, okay? And in your theme pile. Your theme pile is just cards under your theme. All right? Darth Vader, Agent of the Empire, says limit 1 per deck. When it leaves play, it goes back to your theme pile. During the deploy phase, you can play Vader from your theme pile. Okay, you can make sure that you have Vader in play every single turn of the game. Okay, you built a Darth Vader deck. You get to play Darth Vader.
Great, that sounds good. That's cool.
That's awesome, right? If I could build an Obi-Wan deck, a young Jedi, and never draw. Never see him.
Or he just flips off the top of your deck.
Flips off the top
Destiny
of the deck.
Or damage, whatever.
Yeah. You never even draw or play. So, it also tells you to go and add some other stuff to your theme pile. You can add one weapon to your theme pile. So you could put like Darth Vader's lightsaber into the theme pile.
Okay.
And then it also tells you what to draw cards. So, you have your picture right here, Darth Vader theme. You've got Darth Vader right here. This is a Darth Vader for the Darth Vader theme. All right. There's another Vader that's in that. Oh, you're looking at the light side.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's another Darth Vader right here. He does not refer to the theme card, so you have to actually put that copy into your deck, and you have to draw that copy to play.
Okay.
And then he's got some other different text and whatnot. So you've got like your basically your starter Vader.
There are text boxes that say things in this game.
There are text boxes, cards that say things in this game that are situational, have other uses.
All right, I like that.
Okay, so you have a way to use cards that you can't necessarily use. All right, so we're not going to see the young Jedi problem having dead cards in your hand, right? Anyway, so you've got a number right there. That's the theme number. And that essentially breaks the ties. Here is Tarkin's theme. Tarkin is a 7, okay? Luke is a 4. Han is a 12.
Han is...
I believe Han is a
12, yeah.
Okay. The highest theme number is the person who basically breaks the tie in the event of any tie. Han breaks ties versus both Tarkin and Vader.
It was a sweet first day of printing.
Oh yes,
stickers
yeah. So they definitely tried to amp up the collectability in this game. So they made like day one printing sets and stuff like that. Anyway, so and you can see on Tarkin's card, you get your starter Tarkin, and you get some like troopers, so it's like themed around the character. All right, now so we'll go back and look at this Darth Vader. Same thing. This is the number of pips. That's the number of credits this character costs. Okay, so Vader costs 4 credits.
Okay.
The top number is your power. The bottom number is your defense. Okay. Whoever has the highest power is gonna like win control of the planet. So you can win a planet that you're outnumbered at.
Okay.
Because like
makes sense, yeah.
This Vader is like 9 power.
Oh, wow.
So if you've got like 3 troopers or whatever.
So
Vader,
unlike in the other game where
if
everyone randomly get killed by a droid.
Yeah, or if I just put 5 dudes in front of Obi-Wan kills one, I take 1 damage. You take 4 damage because I have 4 unopposed guys.
Right.
All right. So your defense is what you use versus characters, and I will also point out that this dot right there is the leadership. That means the character is a leader, and that means that character can be supported by other characters, which is relevant for combat.
Yeah, card layout's not bad. I also like the subtext on the character names. So this is like Luke Skywalker, Moisture Farmer, and this is Luke Skywalker, Hero of Yavin. So that's a good way to designate between Luke Skywalkers.
Right. So I will also say that we made fun of the computer graphics. They're not actually that horrendous.
No.
They've got like a little bit of charm to them. They're not amazing by any stretch. I think these Tarkins are particularly kind of funny. It's like making wrinkly old dudes to make like art of computer graphics. You look at something like this, you can tell how far we've come.
Yeah.
As far as graphic. There's probably free Unity packs
right.
that have like a better layout or better like higher polygon, higher res models of these exact characters. Okay, so what is our goal in this game? We're fighting over planets. All right. There are 4 planets in this game, and your planet cards are actually 2-sided because you've got the system version and then you've got a site version. All right. So our decks do have spaceships and our decks do have characters in them, and your at the beginning of the game, and I'm going to have to just read straight from the rule book about how to set this up to make sure we don't screw it up. But at the beginning of the game, we're essentially going to make a pile. So if I like play this, and this is indoor, you would find your indoor and you would put it down as the indoor system. Okay. And then you play your site down, Hoth. So I find my Hoth and I play that as the Hoth system, and we go and we keep stacking these up. And so when I play characters on my turn, I put the characters onto the planet, and when I play spaceships, the spaceships go to space.
Okay, I like that.
And we do a spaceship battle. There's a step where the consequences of the spaceship battle can affect the ground battle.
Okay.
And then we do a ground battle. And then based off that, what happens in the ground battle, we possibly win this location. Okay. Now, if you win the first 3 planets, you win the game. All right. There are 4 planets. Now, if one person wins 1 planet and the other person wins 2 planets, we move to a final battle at the 4th planet, and that's basically sudden death. Okay.
Okay.
And whoever wins that fight wins the game.
It's kind of weird that it's 4 and not like best of 3.
Yeah. Or right.
Or best of 5.
Now, the person who wins the 2 does have an advantage going into the final one.
Okay.
Slight advantage.
Okay.
So you get if you win a site, you get the credit bonus here for the rest of the game.
Okay.
It moves, or actually, I think the credit bonus is for the final battle. It may not count for the next turns.
I see.
But so you have this bonus worth of number of units you can play. You can also play anything from your theme pile into the final battle. So when you win a planet, anything that's left over gets moved to the theme pile.
Do you have to pay for it from your theme pile, though?
You do.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's there.
But it is there. It's there to be purchased. Because essentially every turn we, unlike Young Jedi where we alternate turns, in this one it's deploy.
Okay.
Spaceship fight, and we keep going back and forth. So now, once we get to the final battle, we do the first couple of phases of the turn once, and then we fight until there is a clear winner.
All right.
And that's what separates the final battle from the rest of it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so the last thing I need to talk about is this is not the last thing I'm going to talk about. The next thing I should talk about is the Force deck. Now, both of us have the same Force deck. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? And so the Force deck...
These are going to be hyperchromed. Oh, cool.
Yeah, you can't even see them.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah. Now, the Force deck is essentially kind of the plot deck from Game of Thrones.
I broke the chroma camera. Hold on. It's like freaking out. Here, look at this Han Solo. All right, cool.
The Han Solo's got some chroma on him
yeah,
too, because he's got green borders and whatnot.
Fine.
So this is essentially the plot deck from Game of Thrones.
So you're gonna pick this at the beginning of the turn.
Yes.
You'll get things.
And you get credits at the beginning of the turn. At the end of the turn during the draw step, that's how much you draw. And I believe whoever has the highest number on the Force gets to go first.
It is a first day of printing gold stamps on every card here.
So this game took the collector aspect of collectible card games and just cranked it to like 10. There was just like a way to try to move cards. I talked about it when we talked about this game initially when you got the cards in, but So you might actually have some. So go look for stuff that has A on it. It'll say like A14. It'll have an A number. So go see if you can find those.
I got A8, A11.
So I got 11, 14,
A5.
and 17.
Oh, God.
14, 17. Okay. You may only have the 3. So you have 5. What is this?
It's 150. A5, yeah.
A5.
Yeah.
And
A8 and A11.
okay. All right. So now watch. Prepare to have your mind blown. Okay. So this is A5. This is A8. I need to move these over. Sorry. You can actually see what's going on.
Yep.
A8. A11. A14.
Oh, wow.
A17. So this is like an animated, like they animated something, and so you could like I think you can even make like a flip book out of them or something like I don't know like how you do it without like damaging these cards, but you can like animate this trench run scene. Yeah.
Okay, neat.
So it's like if you had all of these, then there's another one with the Devastator and the Tantive 4. Okay, so there were like booster pack versions of these where the Tantive 4s, it's like the opening crawl where the Tantive 4 is running away from the Devastator.
Yeah.
So there's one for this scene as well. So like in your booster packs, you are like trying to find the alternative versions of some of these cards because there were like 3 versions of each of them, then where the pictures look just slightly different, so that you could like if you have these all laid out in a binder, it looks like the scene is happening in front of you. You know, so it's one of those where I'm not mad at this. It's goofy,
Yeah.
right? If you're a collector and you want this, it's there for you.
I could see there being people now that would want this.
Yeah, it would. So something that had always intrigued me by the Legend of the Five Rings and Deadlands card games, they were story driven, and key events that happened would show up on cards. And Magic has flirted with this over the years, and I want to say during they really tried to push it way back in like Weatherlight. It wasn't where it needed to be, but like Tempest Block is where like they started making the story matter, and the events on cards were from what was there.
Yeah.
And I love that because you're buying a game, you're getting random cards, and you want to know more, right? Now this is not quite that level. Right, the story for
Star Wars, right? So.
Star Wars, the story for Star Wars is not obfuscated in the card game. So I don't know if it like 100% works here. And these don't actually have any of the stereoscopic cards. There were stereoscopic cards. It was a left and a right, and you could see in the rule book here where they tell you about them. Maybe it's on the back. Yeah, it's on the back here. There you go. They show you the stereoscopic thing, and like I think the booster boxes came with this, so it was like these goggles that you would put cards in.
Could you fold the booster box into a goggles?
Maybe.
That would be totally
I want to say it was just like a cardboard insert that you unfolded.
Really missed opportunity there.
Yeah. So yeah, you would take the goggles, put them on, and then put the stereoscopic thing in there, and it would look like a 3D image.
Wow.
And that's some straight up viewfinder shit right there. That's like the things people had to do to entertain themselves before the internet will blow your mind.
That's even really before the internet. It's before most people had the internet.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, 2001, there's like the internet, right? But there's your MMO options are EverQuest.
There's more than that. There
was what, Ultima Online?
You had
what
was it called?
EverQuest was so much larger than that. Yeah,
Asheron's Call 2,
The
Dark Age of Camelot.
Yeah, DAOC I don't think was in 2001.
Oh,
I might be wrong.
Oh, you're wrong there.
I'm wrong.
Yeah. I think you are.
Okay.
I think you are.
But
there's plenty.
I think DAOC is like 2002, 2003.
EverQuest.
But anyway,
injected EverQuest into my veins.
That's neither here nor there. Anyway, first off, EverQuest. There's long periods of downtime if you're playing EverQuest. Okay, so don't tell me.
Bam.
Okay, all right. October 2001. This was look up. Jedi Knights release date. Let's see if that was Jedi Knights.
We got so off topic.
Release.
How do we play this game, Nathan?
Our game.
RuneScape, yeah, definitely RuneScape. Age of Empires 2.
April 25th, 2001.
Okay.
So you don't even have DAOC yet.
You had 6 months of viewfinding until DAOC came out.
It pulls down in what? Cardor's castle. While you're waiting for your bard to come pull stuff back to camp for you. You got viewfinders, so you can look at sort of 3D models of a dewback, of stormtroopers riding on a dewback. Okay,
truly revolutionary.
Okay, anyway, so now that we've got the collectible aspect out of the way, the important stuff like collectability is out of the way. Let's learn how to play the game. So you've got events, you got starships, you got weapons. And I actually challenged Justin to tell me which was which, like holding the cards up and like telling you from like a distance, like which one of these is the starship, which one of these is the weapon, and which one is the event. Because they all got starships on them.
You can put it in the middle of the table as
where it's shooting is the weapon. Okay. They tell you on the card starship, weapon, and event, but if you're like holding them in your hand and there's like different frames of animation and stuff like that, you're gonna have to like actually like comprehend what's in your hand, because the starship and the weapon are completely separate, right? It's just like real easy to mess them up, I think, if you're just kind of like looking at stuff at a glance.
Yeah.
Anyway. So now the weapons tell you what they play under, and weapons serve an important role in combat, because when you're fighting, you get to target your weapons versus your opponent's characters. You draw destiny, which you should be familiar with from the other game. You draw destiny, and if that number is greater than their defense, they die. You just straight up shoot them. Now, in combat, you can have characters or ships support other ships, characters and ships. So if you are attacking the Devastator, I can have the TIE Fighter support the Devastator. You cannot target the Devastator until you've killed all my supporting characters. And then whoever has the highest power at the end of combat wins the combat, and all the opposing ships are defeated. All the opposing ships and characters are defeated. But you can essentially try to sit like a hit squad where somebody's like outpowered but not outgunned, and you try to shoot down all the other characters. Only the main subjects of the combat count their power. Now, like the Devastator says, while there are no opposing starships here, each Imperial at the site is power +1, and your side power is +5 during a control check. So like this has an effect on the ground combat. And I want to say some of the starships, like this one's referring to Shadow 3, which is this ship. And once per weapon step, you may peek at the top card of any draw deck, either replace that card or discard it. Replace that card with what? What does replace mean? Oh, anyway, I guess we'll find that out once we get into the game. But like some of these stormtroopers that come in this deck, while it's supporting Vader, it gives Vader a bonus power, and he gets a bonus defense, because you have to kill this stormtrooper before you can get to Vader.
Okay.
Kind of thing. The events basically tell you when you can play them.
Okay.
This one, and they have their phases that they can play on written on the cards. This is deploy phase. There's 6 phases in this game. The force phase, where we pick the force card that we want to use for the turn. The deploy phase, where we actually play what we're going to use in the turn. The starship battle phase, the blockade phase, the character battle phase, and then the draw phase. So the starship battle and the character battle phase are basically the same phase, except one's in space, one's on the ground. And the blockade phase, you can use your capital ships to tap down opposing characters. So there's an incentive to win the space battle because it lets you affect the ground. Like the Devastator is just raining shots from orbits on cities.
Okay.
So, all right, that's that. Now, we'll definitely have to kind of like go through this one sort of slowly. I think it's one of those, once we get into it, it'll move a lot faster than we think it will. Now, so one thing you cannot do is you cannot include heroes that aren't part of your theme.
So I can't play Leia in this deck. Whatever.
Right. Unless there is a Leia that is not a hero and just a character. So I will I'll take a quick break before we jump into the game. I'll let you pick which character you want to play. I'm gonna play Vader.
Oh, you only pick one of them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play Vader. All the target stuff gets moved off to the side.
I see. I thought it was like both of them.
No.
I'll pick Han.
Okay.
So I get this starting Han in the theme deck. Scoundrel? No, I get this Smuggler for Hire. Okay, is this one? Yes. And I guess this one goes in my deck. And then he says I can place up to 2 aliens in my theme pile. So I guess search my deck for some aliens. I don't know why Han's buddies with aliens, but there's like a spy alien. Weapon. Okay. Jawas are aliens. Looking. Oh, there's another spy. Okay. Another spy. Alright, so I'll also put one of these 2. I think that's kind of the intention. Get 2 aliens in my theme pile.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, the other copy of the hero does go in your deck. Okay. So I start with Vader. So this card is called Now I Am the Master. I believe there were other themes. These are the starter deck themes, but I think there were like other themes. You could still play Han, but instead of like hanging out with aliens, it might be like spaceship based or something. So I think that's pretty neat. Anyway, so the other one's gonna get shuffled in the deck. Vader says, place Agent of the Empire in my theme pile, and I can place 1 weapon or up to 2 pilots. And honestly, I don't even know if there are any pilots in this deck.
The rest of these get shuffled, I assume?
Yes, and the rest get shuffled. I'm sure it's one of those things where they like forced you to buy booster packs to get Darth Vader's lightsaber. Because I'm sure you're supposed to like get Vader's lightsaber to put here. Okay, I guess we'll just slap a blaster rifle into the theme pile. 1 weapon. The only pilot that was in here is in this Darth Vader, and I don't necessarily want this Darth Vader trapped in my theme pile if I can't play it. Okay. All right, so now let's go with the setup. All right, so we're going to place our force decks face down on the table. And then we're going to take our theme cards and put them face up in front of us, kind of like in a central area. And then we take a starting hero and any other cards allowed by the theme and put them off to the side.
Got it.
Now we build this site and stack of systems as follows. If you have the highest theme number on your theme card, you go first. So you get the first choice there. Choose one of your 4 sites and place them in the center of the table. I take the corresponding system and put it next to it.
All right, let's go Tatooine. Lars Moisture Farm, and this does not enter play now because this is when the site enters play.
Yes, that is not in play.
Okay.
So I put the Tatooine system down.
Okay. Then you play a thing.
Yep. Your opponent chooses one of the sites, second on top of your site.
Oh, so that means I need to put Jawa.
These are like all the same. So we played North Ridge from Hoth. Okay.
Go with the back door.
Indoor. Okay, so I put indoor down. So that leaves us with the Cloud City guest quarters. When this site enters play, each player on your side may play one character here from their theme pile. So this game tried to solve the problem of multiplayer, which was not a thing in the Star Wars CCG. This was a 2 or 4 player game. So you could have someone play Han, and someone play Luke, and someone play Vader, and somebody play Tarkin. I think there was a Jabba the Hutt in this game as well. Okay. There may have been a Boba Fett. I think there was like a Leia, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to like actually go look at a card list for this game. So, all right. So the site and system are on top of the first planet to be battled over, and that planet now enters play. Carry out the game text on the topmost site at this time. So each player on my side may play one character from the theme pile. So I will play Darth Vader here for free.
Okay.
I believe this works. We'll assume. Okay, so now we shuffle our draw deck, allowing the opponent to cut. I don't know why the force cards are same back
Yeah, I
as
was
like
thinking
the
that
rest
too.
of
It
them.
doesn't really need to be like that.
And then draw to the number indicated on the game text on your theme card. So mine says I draw 7. I think Han draws
Okay,
1.
8, yep.
Yeah. Tarkin draws 9.
Okay.
So he's a frail old man. Come on now, respect the planet, the system pile. Alright, so I draw up to 7. 3, 6, and 7. So I'll put the draw pile. Okay, so yeah, there's no mulligans, so deal with it. Deal with whatever's in your hand.
That's fine.
And now we move to the force phase. Okay, so we look through our force deck. We choose.
What's the cost of stuff?
So the dots are the number of credits that it costs.
Okay.
And so the force card tells you how many credits you get on it. And yeah, you go from there. Now, if you are playing a card from another character that isn't a hero, because there are like themed cards, there are like these stormtroopers in here. Some of them are Tarkin themed, some of them are Vader themed. The Tarkin themed cards cost 1 extra credit, because you're paying like a off house penalty there, basically. All right, so the person who reveals the force number with the highest number becomes player 1 for the turn, and they're going to essentially be in the driver's seat. So I am. Is my hand good? I think my hand is good. Okay. Sure, let's do this. I'm going with 8.
All right, I got 5.
All right. All right, so we move to the deploy phase. So you alternate game actions.
Do weapons, are they like...
Yeah, so playing characters, weapons, and starships. So you can play a starship only to the system. You can play a character to the site. And some characters are pilots that you can play on starships. I don't think there's a whole lot of that going on in this game. And then a weapon plays only under a character or only under a starship.
They say he's a pilot, but that's like a subtext.
Yeah, Vader says the same thing. I believe, unless the ship says otherwise, like a lot of my TIE fighters refer to like specific pilots that aren't in this deck. You can play them. And like during the blockade phase, you could shuttle characters down from the starships to the ground, to have them participate. Yeah.
Right. Cool. So I deploy first.
I am 8, so I have the highest number, so I go first. Yeah. So this is basically action based. We each take one turn, or we each take a turn deploying something.
Okay.
So I am gonna play AF. This is really hard to read. AF119.
Okay.
He has he's of the Cloud City Garrison, so he plays for 1 less on Cloud City. He can support Vader even if rotated, and there's ready and rotated. Okay. Okay. So that's my action. It's your go.
So I play gold 5 for 1.
Yes.
Do we have to like keep track of our credits?
You can keep track of it. In that credits don't carry over in the next turn.
Right.
So you don't technically need tokens because you can just count up to the total for what you've played. Vader was already in play, so I can just like make a stack of stuff that I've played this turn. I am going to play Iyasa, which is a Jawa merchant, and this says the draw number on each of my force cards is +1 once per deploy phase. If the top card of my discard pile is a droid, weapon, or starship, I may draw a card.
Now I have another gold 5. Can I play another gold 5?
You cannot, because gold 5 is unique.
How do I know this?
Because the rule book tells you that it's unique.
Oh, cool.
So if you play a unique card, you let's see.
And I can just play Han for my here.
Uniqueness. Yes, you could. Yes, yeah. So you can pay 4 for Han from there.
Okay.
A character, weapon, and starship cards are unique, except the ones with the keyword typical.
Okay.
So, nope, these guys are unique. This Stormtrooper, who looks like every other Stormtrooper, this dude is unique.
Oh, this is a name Jawa. Okay.
So you can't. Okay. Did you want to change that? Do you want to put one or the other? Okay.
I need a different alien.
Sure. Okay, so when you play a unique character, starship, or weapon card, you must first check to see if a card that represents that unique person or thing is already in play.
Okay.
I do not have a Han Solo in play. You may play Han Solo. All cards with the same card title, even if their subtitles differ, represent the same person or thing. Right. If your opponent already has a card in play representing that unique person or thing, then you may not play your version. If you already have a card representing it, you can play the new one from your hand to replace the one that is in play. As long as the new one you're playing is a different version, has a different subtitle, and the card that you just replaced is discarded. Okay? So, events are not unique. You pay costs, I guess. Oh, this is like in the middle of the description. So, you do get to transfer all cards that were on it. So, if Han had a gun, and you play the new version of Han, you he gets to keep the gun. Okay. So, all right. Anyway, I am going to play Black 2 into space.
Okay.
Yeah.
This alien here.
Momal Nadon.
Yeah. When he's in a battle once per weapon step, you may peek at the top 2 cards of any draw deck, discard 1, and return the other.
Okay, this seems good, I guess. I guess that lets you. It helps you shoot things. That's what's gonna happen. So, I am gonna play Devastator. And it's a capital ship, and while there are no opposing starships here, each Imperial at the site is +1 power.
Right.
So
I can play this Y-wing bug gun, this Haim and Bach IX4 laser cannons.
yeah.
So it gives it +2 to hit.
Okay.
There's no pips on it, so I assume it's free.
All right. So I am going to give Darth Vader a blaster. Thematic. Famed for his use of blasters. This does get +1 to hit when it's fired by a leader, and a leader is anybody who has this dot.
Okay.
Your turn.
Well, that's it.
Okay. I am going to play this blaster onto AF119. Okay.
Okay. I pass again.
I pass. That's the deploy phase. Now we move to the Starship battle.
Can I play stuff from my theme pile anytime?
No.
Okay.
Only if it says. Your starting character basically is fuel. You can always.
Okay. Hello? Yeah, okay.
Okay, we're back.
I just gotta fix the camera.
Justin's gotta replace himself. Give him a treat.
Oh, nice.
They got bad news for
It's all gone.
the dog's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, real bad news. More treats.
He'll come in here for a treat.
Oh, I don't know.
He's right here.
I don't know, man. Oh, he's alive.
What's out of these treats?
You know?
From 2 bark bucks. He was outie.
Yeah. He's going back. Not long for this world.
The way he's sitting is definitely like, I'm laying right down. Yep. Alright. So yeah, we fight now?
Okay, yes, now we fight. Alright. So, Starship battle phase. If you are player 1, I take the first action. The most common action in this phase is initiating a starship battle. So, Devastator is going to fight Gold 5.
Mm-hmm.
So select one of your ready ships, declare it as the attacker, and then select one of the opponent's ships to be the defender. Rotate the attacker, but not the defender. Each battle contains 3 steps: the support, weapons, and power. During each step, play alternates, and each player takes the action or they pass. So during the support step, players can add other ships to battle. So supporting cards act like bodyguards protecting the attacker or defender. So I am going to support. I'm going to have black to support Devastator. Devastator could have up to 3 units supporting it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so you could, if you had other starships there, and if this were a leader, you could have them defend Gold 5.
Okay, makes sense.
So, Now we go to the weapon step. So we take game actions going back and forth. If you have a card that refers to your weapon step, or for instance, like a him, Momau Nadon refers to the weapon step, you could use his action. And you can fire a weapon. So you can fire the Y-Wing's weapon here. You can't fire it at the Devastator because it is defended. It's supported right now by Black 2. So you would have to fire at Black 2 first.
Okay.
And so the weapon may be fired. You don't rotate the weapon card because it can fire multiple times in a turn. Because you could attack me and then fire the weapon again. So it must be one of your target starship, and you may not target something while it is supported. You now draw a destiny number to determine if you hit.
1.
1? Okay. So
there's a +2 to hit, though?
Yes. So draw the top card. If the sorry. So you've drawn the destiny number.
Mm-hmm.
If it's greater than the target's defense number, then the target is hit. Immediately discard that starship. Any cards played under it. Otherwise, your shot has missed. Either way, don't forget to take the card you drew for your destiny into your hand.
Okay.
And the defending player now takes a game action, and so on and so on. So I don't have any weapons step anything. You shot at me and missed.
So weapons like give you an advantage or an initiative in combat?
We do all the weapon stuff, and then we move to the power step.
Okay.
And that's where we count up the total power.
Okay.
Now, you don't count up the bodyguards. The bodyguards are there just to soak hits, and if they tell you that they do anything, let's see. You may play the pilot aboard it. It's bonus power while aboard. Once per battle, when Black 2 fires a weapon, it doesn't have one. You can discard a weapon destiny used before it has effect and redraw. So if you shoot with it and miss, you can discard the card and try again. Okay. All right. So if you have any other things you want to play during the weapon step, you would play them now. So power step, players alternate taking game actions, beginning with the attacking player. So if you have an event in your hand that refers to the power step, you could use it now.
Okay. So.
And then we compare the power of the attacker. I've got 8, and the power of the defender is 3. And do not add the power of supportings. The one that has the most power wins. The participating starships, even starships that only supported, are defeated. So they move to the discard pile.
I guess the weapon comes with it.
Yeah. Yep. And that's that. That's the starship battle phase.
Okay.
We move to the blockade phase. So I can intimidate one of your troops by rotating one of my capital ships. Unfortunately, I used my capital ship to destroy your Y-Wing. So it can't do anything here, but you can intimidate. And then you can also shuttle pilots down to the ground so they can participate in the ground. You don't have anything during the blockade phase. I don't have anything during the blockade phase. I'm sure there were events that probably referred to the blockade phase. And then we move to the character battle phase, and it works exactly the same way as the starship battle phase, except it's using these characters instead. So I will have Vader attack Han, I guess. We'll just do that. Now, I'm sorry. I should have said something. We can actually rewind back to the battle phase.
Okay.
So during the weapon step, if you have an event, you can use that.
Yeah, do that.
To give it extra power.
+3.
So to give it 6 to my 8.
That's the extra power. That's not to hit. Okay.
Yeah. That is.
Can you do multiples?
Yes. So you can keep using cards from your hand.
If it's tied, who wins?
Tied. The one that has the most power wins. If they tie, the attacker wins.
Okay, so
okay.
It's dead.
All right. So, but yes, you can keep playing them, and you just put them right there to give the bonus power to it. Okay. And that's used during the weapon step. So it's before we total up for power. And I'll double check that real quick. So, the reason that is easy to miss is because that is not actually covered during the weapon step. it is covered later on. So event, play a battle phase event, play weapon step, play response. Tactical bonuses, so that's considered a tactical bonus. During the weapon step, you may play any event face up under your attacker or defender with its tactical bonus showing. The bonus adds to that card's power for the rest of the battle. Only the tactical bonus matters. You ignore the rest of the card. And then each attacker or defender may use only one tactical bonus per battle. So, sorry, just one tactical bonus. All right, so there you go. Okay, so character battle phase. I'm going to have Darth Vader attack Han.
Okay.
Support phase. I will have the Stormtrooper support Han. Support Vader.
Is that before weapons?
Yes, yeah. So you declare who is defending before you get to the weapons.
Okay. So I guess I can just support here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay.
And then weapons?
Yes. So I believe the defender actually gets to go first. I'm sorry, the defender takes the first action during the support phase. So you would decide if you were defending with Momal Nadon.
Yeah,
before I would. Yeah, I'm just going to throw in the guy too, just to figure out how the battle works. Now, during the weapons phase, the attacker gets the first action.
Okay.
So game action must come out. Yeah, so the Stormtrooper is going to shoot at Momal Nadon. This is a 1. He is not a leader, so the Stormtrooper appropriately misses its attack. Okay.
I'll give play if Han is the attacker or defender. Each opponent must rotate a trooper not in this battle if possible. When Han fires a weapon, it is +2 to hit. When this event enters play, draw a card.
Okay. Okay. So I didn't have a trooper to rotate.
Yeah.
If I had not supported with him, then
and he doesn't have a weapon to shoot, so I guess he doesn't.
Yeah, you just get to draw a card, I guess, in the middle of combat. So, okay. Vader is going to shoot Momal Nadon.
Okay.
This is a 1, so Vader misses Momal Nadon
because he has no plus to hit.
He's got +1 because he's a leader, so
okay.
2 to 2 defense, so nothing happens. Okay. Your action.
Nothing.
All right. So right now Vader is 6 power to Han's 5.
So can I play a card?
Yeah. So you could play a tactical bonus. Give him +3 to go to 8. Okay. I will play this to give Vader +2.
There's 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's that. Okay. Do you have any other actions?
I don't.
Okay. So 8 to 8. Attacker wins the tie. Han and Momal Nadon are both dead.
And he goes back to here.
Yes, and he gets back there. And then that's the character battle step. We go to the draw phase. Check for control of the planet. Now, it has to be the second turn at the same planet. Okay, so we go through 2 fights at a planet before we move to the next one. And that's when we do the control check. So we'll do a control check at the end of the next turn. So now I draw cards equal to the number of my current force card, which is 4. And this Jawa here gives me +1, so I draw 5. My hand is like completely gone, by the way. So, and then drawing cards is not optional. So when your deck runs out of cards, you don't lose the game. You just continue playing with whatever you've got. So, and then we ready all the cards. And then we go back to the beginning of the force phase. Oh, wow. What? I think these decks are really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so we gotta pick a new force card. Seven.
And 5.
Okay, so I'm first again. Got the higher total. I will play the tie cannon. It's like SFSLS 7.2 tie cannon. onto black 2. So it plays only under a tie, and it doesn't actually cost anything. Okay, your turn.
I'll play gold 5.
It's back. I am going to play Yasa's Jawa Blaster. So the Jawa's picking up a gun. He's telling you, Utini.
I'm going to play this card that says discard up to... No, I don't need to. I'll use this to play the topmost shipboard weapon for my discard pile.
Ah.
Play, not that. This thing.
Okay. I pass.
Okay.
I will be passing for the rest of the deploy phase.
I'll play this Jawa. Tyatha. Once before deploy phase, you may draw a card. You may not play any more cards this phase. If Tyatha is in a battle and your side wins. If Tyatha is in a battle, your side wins, you may take the top card of this card pile of your hand.
Okay.
Scavenging. Give her an Ion Blaster. When fired by Jawa, this is +1 to hit if it's under Tyatha. When he is defeated in battle, you may take this weapon in your hand.
Okay.
We'll play...
Yep, the Jawa Graveyard Recursion.
Yeah, I'll play this dude. Corporal Quip. Plays for 1 less if it's on Cloud City. Oh, it is,
He's
so
free.
It's actually free. During a battle, if he's in the defender and the attacker has not fired a weapon in this battle, it's +2 power. May support Han or Cloud City, even if rotate. Okay. And I'll give him
Han famously hang out with
Corporal Quip.
Corporal Quip on
I'll
Cloud
give him
City.
a blaster rifle. Then I'll play Han.
Yep.
I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't even come close to using all your credits. I didn't use all my credits turn 1. I didn't use all my credits this turn. I don't think I'll be using all my credits next turn.
That's it.
Okay.
We go to space.
Space. I'm first.
How do you know who's first?
The forced.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Whoever's got the higher number. Okay. Yeah, I guess. I guess there's no reason for me to not send black 2 and try to have it shoot you. Since I'm the attacker, I get the first shot. So that's what I'll do. I'll have black 2 attack you.
Mm-hmm.
No support? Okay. So we move straight to the weapon step. I will attack. I get 2 shots at it. So Destiny 4. So +2 to hit is 6. So shoot that out of the sky. The Destiny. I should have put these in my hand.
Oh yeah.
I'll just leave them right there. Because. Okay. Well, I mean, they would have been there. It's cool. It's cool. It all works out, I guess. All right. And that's that. Blockade phase. I'm going to use Devastator to tap down. Your opponent must choose one of their ready characters at the site and rotate that character. You can never intimidate a hero.
Okay. Actually, I'll this job.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here, I have this Jawa dive bomb the Cloud City Trooper there. I think so. Sure. I'll have the Jawa attack the Cloud City Trooper.
Okay.
Okay, sure. All right. And Jawa's going to take a shot.
Okay.
It's +1 to hit when fired by a Jawa. It's 3, so 4 to hit. He's 2 defense, so he shoots that guy. All right. Your action.
All right. Han will attack Vader.
Okay. Support phase. You have something
first.
Yeah. That card seems awful. The one that taps. It seems really bad. Like actually, just the worst.
I guess I'll attack the trooper then.
Okay. Okay. So the trooper will shoot you. I guess. Try to shoot you.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any bonuses. Okay, so 4. He's 4 to 4. You're fine. Man, drawing Destiny is just like filling up my hand. Like weapons are good in this game.
Yeah, seem pretty good. I mean, there's no reason for me to play this card. I guess it draws me a card.
Okay.
Yeah.
That card is like timed all wrong. It's
yeah,
like you want it like
really
during
awkward.
the support phase so that you can actually like tap somebody. Okay.
Big pair powers.
Yeah, so I can play something. I'll give the Stormtrooper +4.
+2.
Okay, so you kill the Stormtrooper. All discarded. Then I guess Vader will try to kill Han. Sure, Vader will attack Han.
Okay.
Vader will shoot Han. 5. So he shoots Han. Okay, and then we go to the control check. The total power characters the site. Double your total if your hero is there. So I have 7, 14, plus 5 from this. 19. I think I get +1, so it's like 21 or something to the Jawa's 1.
Yep.
All right, so control the planet. Okay. You take your characters, weapons, and starships remaining at the site and system and place them in your theme pile. So all of that goes to the theme pile. And the player controlling this planet places his version of that location under the force card stack with this showing.
Okay.
So that is a bonus for the final conflict. And then you take that and move it off to the side. Okay. The planet represented by the new revealed site and system now enter play. Carry out the game text on the new site. So
it's interplay. Each player may play one character from their theme pile for free.
Okay. I will play Vader.
Okay. So do we draw cards now?
Yes. Now we draw cards. So I get 3. Why are there like 3 copies of some cards in this deck? Their maximum hand size? Let's see. Is there a hand size? I'm like drawing all kinds of cards over here. Nope, not in the glossary. Who knows? Okay. All right, force.
Oh, you put it down.
I didn't put mine down.
Oh.
No.
What's that?
That's mine from the previous turn.
You can't play them again.
No.
Oh, I definitely did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, it's cool. It's cool. Sorry, I didn't make that clear. It's like the plot deck from Game of Thrones.
I essentially played that last turn.
Yeah, it's basically the plot deck from Game of Thrones.
I see.
Okay, I guess I'll do this. Tube.
8.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll play Attentive 4. Plus the power for each X-Wing or Y-Wing supporting it. While there are no opposing starships here, each rebel at the site. Power +2. Your side's spies play for 1 less credit at this site. This is the site.
That's the site. Yep. It nicely actually tells you that.
Yeah,
but this does not tell you that this is a system.
Yeah.
But... Okay, so I think I'll just replace this Darth Vader. I may have to pay the cost for that. Player characters, meet conditions, uniqueness. To replace, pay costs. Place. Place is not in. Pay costs. I think I have to play that 3 then.
I guess it kind of makes sense.
I mean, this one is dumb.
Yeah,
he's like
seems insane.
He's 9 power, and he's got some text on him. Who knows what he says? But
good lord.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll replace. He goes back to the theme pile. He is in a battle. In a battle, your side wins, and your opponent's leader was defeated in that battle. Each opponent who had a character in that battle must discard 2 cards of their choice or 1 card at random from their hand.
Yep.
Okay. Play Big Papa.
I'll play Y-Wing.
I've got 7 credits remaining. I'm going to play TK577.
I'll use the gold thing ability to play a thing.
Okay, I will play Iyasa, the Java merchant.
The trooper.
I will give Iyasa the blaster.
All right, that's it for me.
I'm going to play AT119. I am going to play blaster rifle on TK577. Okay, that's that.
Okay. So there's a fight here, so I just get to tap something?
Yeah.
So I can tap that trooper?
I
tell you to tap
yeah,
it.
I will tap this trooper.
And it's only for capital ships, right? You just can't do that?
Correct,
okay.
Correct. Yeah, just capital ships. Okay. Alright.
I can attack something here.
Character phase, yep.
So he will fight. Okay. I guess Han will fight a trooper.
A trooper?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't support. You can support.
I will support.
Sure. Okay. He's what? He's doing what?
What? Han? Han doesn't do anything.
Nah, he says something.
He can support even if tapped.
Okay, he says something about power +2.
If he's the defender and the attacker has not fired a weapon in this battle, he's +2 power.
If he's the attacker?
If he is the defender and the attacker has not fired a
weapon. Okay, gotcha. Oh, wow. It's okay. I guess we shoot him then. So you're attacking this guy.
Yeah.
Alright, so I will try to you have the first weapon step, think. Alright, so he will try to shoot that Cloud City guard.
Okay.
1. Thematically, the Stormtrooper has missed again. Okay, so I got 2. This does come to my hand. Alright. Your weapon step. I will go to 6 power.
Okay.
Oh wait. Is Han a rebel?
No. He's
not a rebel right now, so he does not get the bonus from the 10 of 4.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got 6 to your 5.
Okay.
So Han dies versus the Stormtrooper?
I guess so. Wait, does this not die first?
They both die.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay. Very thematic. This game is delivering all the thematics. Han, famous for losing fights. Han, famous for getting punked by a Stormtrooper. While he was hanging out with his buddy, the Cloud City Guard. Okay, I don't have anything to fight over here. I guess that's the next turn.
I'm gonna declare myself totally over this game. I'm not feeling it. Because I have like these 2 stupid weapons that can only go on Y-Wings in my hand.
And you have
like play it from the discard pile.
Yeah, you have multiple copies of a Y-Wing.
And like what am I gonna do? Play another stupid trooper? And I got to do the 10 of 4 again. I can't play that.
Yeah. You got 2 troop. Well, you could play 2 stupid troopers in your next game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like some cool stuff going on. I don't know if the cards are balanced.
They just don't make sense. I don't know what is happening.
Yeah.
Why do you have to have a weapon to
fight
shoot stuff?
Yeah.
Because it requires you to draw 2 cards to make a character relevant. And if you don't have a weapon, obviously it's just garbage.
Yeah, it's beyond bad.
Yeah.
Because all the guys with low defenses are just getting shot left and right.
They're pointless.
When the weapons are win more, right?
Yeah, because if you have weapons, then you're just clearing my side every time, and I can't.
And you're drawing cards, so you have stuff that you can play on the next.
Shooting weapon also draws you a card every time you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. In the Star Wars card game, when you shot a weapon, then you discarded. Sorry, the Star Wars card game actually had this thing called the used pile. So when you drew Destiny, it went to the used pile because you had you have multiple piles. It's a game of just piles of cards, which we'll get into next week. But when you shot a weapon, it would go to the used pile.
Okay.
So, yeah, this game I feel is half formed, but there's some design decisions in here that I think snowball.
Yeah.
Let's go to the final battle.
Also, how do I get back in this game? How do I get back into this system?
Yeah.
Period. So you're probably gonna win this system,
right?
There's no way you don't.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And then I have all of this stuff in my theme pile.
Yeah.
And then so even if you win the next system, we go to the final battle, and I've got 2 planets worth of stuff.
You dump it all on the table, yeah.
And you have 1. Yeah.
2 thumbs down. Maybe not 2, because that other game was definitely 2 thumbs down. This has some stuff that's cool,
right? And I think these decks are terrible.
Yeah, they're probably terrible, and then there might be more interesting stuff you can do.
Because there's no incentive to include unique characters.
Because your hand just gets clunked up. You would do 1-ofs, but
right.
You would never
now
do 3-ofs.
There are a decent. So did you draw this card? They came from behind. I think both decks had it.
I don't think so.
This says plays if the opposing side has won a control check and your side has not. So I have won a planet and you haven't. This says either draw 3 cards or gain 3 credits or exchange a force card from your force deck with a force card from on your current force pile. Okay. Right. Yeah. So this is definitely a catch up card. It also has the largest tactical bonus that I've seen.
Okay.
On it. So I think that problem was addressed in the game. It just wasn't necessary. I think this card, you can include up to 5 copies. This card's probably a 5 of.
Yeah, the +4 by itself is worth it. Yeah.
Right.
And then getting behind is worth it to have that. Yeah, I can see that.
So, yeah. I mean, then, and, this is another one of those things where there were you had Boba Fett and you had Jabba and you had all some other iconic characters that were in this game that are not in the starters. So you don't get a chance to see what the game is fully capable of because these starters are not really representative.
Yeah.
Was there even a Luke action in here? That Han action, I guess, takes the place of.
So if I played the Luke deck, I would have just had a Han action in my deck.
Yeah, it would have been dead, but you could have used those to it would have just been a tactical action.
I like this. I like fighting over space and ground at the same time. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
This guy must be it then. R10 may be supported by Luke on Cloud City even if rotated. If R10 is in a battle on your side that wins, each opponent who had a character defeated in that battle must discard the top 2 cards of their draw deck. Okay.
So that's cool. This is okay. The plot deck.
So you could have actually used Momal Nadon on me in one of those fights. I capped him the next time we fought, but you could have used that to look at the top 2 cards of my deck and then make sure that the miss was on top. So you can't say the cards in this game weren't blank.
No, they did stuff, and that's cool. I like that.
But a lot of these cards had a lot of text to not do much, which is some Doom stuff. Yeah, that's some over Doom here.
Or no, that's some raw deal.
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, right. Where you have to over explain every card.
Yeah.
I remember liking this game when it came out and just not being able to find anybody who wanted to play this game.
I don't know, man.
So
it's it's too much. It's too much going on.
I don't completely hate this game, but I do think I felt like a lot of the cards that I played were just better than yours.
Yeah.
Like,
well, just having guys with weapons on them is just so good.
right.
So much better than.
And I think that may have been a miss from the theme pile.
Yeah.
Because the theme pile guarantees that at least your hero's out, but you don't have a way to. Maybe these sites were just not lined up favorably for you or something. Who knows?
I don't think it matters.
So.
I mean, yours got you a free Vader just for free. So
both times.
Yeah. This one got both of us one, our hero, but Vader's just strictly better than Han, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dog. Put it in the trash.
So
put it in the card hollow pile.
Indoor. Yeah, it's one of those, like, I feel like, unlike Young Jedi, I feel like with this game I would have loved to have seen what actual constructed decks looked like.
Yeah. I feel like it just goes on too long too.
Because the game's like over.
Yeah, the game felt like it was over.
Yeah,
for sure. Like, especially like by the time you get to the final phase, like, it's probably.
Well, that's one of the things with Game of Thrones. It's like the plot deck is getting you back into the game. You know, you play your.
And those don't do anything interesting.
Yeah,
those could be like text. Something. Those could be interesting. Yeah. It could be a second deck you build, just like Game of Thrones, right?
These are all just different.
There's numbers.
They're just numbers.
That's super not interesting.
So yeah, there's no like alternative to them or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a miss here, I think. So yeah, there you go. A disappointing night of Star Wars card games.
That was pretty bad.
The year is now 2020. We've come full circle.
We're gonna go back in time though to 1996.
Yeah,
right. For the Star Wars TCG.
Yes, the year is 2020, and the time machine has been invented.
We just have to keep going back in time until we finally get to a good Star Wars card game.
Yeah, the LCG was pretty good. The games we played were not particularly great, but the LCG is good. So.
Oh man, Destiny is also very good.
Yeah, Destiny is great.
These games showed me that Destiny is like leagues ahead of this stuff.
Yeah,
it's so much better.
So this is these card games are from, I would say, the age of they should have known better. Okay,
they should have,
because 94, 95, 96, 97, 98 was this godless wasteland
of
crap.
Yeah,
of just shoveling games out the door because Magic was popular, Magic was selling, and so you had people chasing a trend, and you don't want to be the person chasing a trend, you want to be the person creating a trend. So a lot of these games didn't have properties. Like, I would say Star Wars's, or these games' biggest advantage was the fact that there was a Star Wars property attached to it.
Yeah, it would have been trash if it was anything else, right?
Yeah.
It would sell nothing.
Right. And so, yeah. I don't hate the artwork in this game.
It's not super offensive.
It's certainly something.
Yeah.
It's certainly something.
It's not awful, but it's not good.
Yeah, and this Leia is particularly hilarious.
Hey, look, it's the end of Rogue One.
Yeah. That's just... It's the Jesus restoration photo.
It's exactly like that.
It's basically that.
All right, well, that's us for this week.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do Necromancy next week, like Wednesday, I think.
I could see that,
because we're in Keyforge on Saturday. And after that, I think we might hiatus Necromancy. Because there's not.
I think that's a good place to. There's no other games that I'm like dying to play.
Yeah.
And we wanted to hit these Star Wars games. Much like the BattleTech game, the BattleTech one, the Star Wars one is going to be me waxing poetic about a simpler time in my life,
and I will not have fun.
So the decks that I have built are not 100% designed to interact, but the dark side that I have built is Vader hunting down the Jedi and killing them. And then the light side is a bunch of smugglers that are trying to move goods around the galaxy.
Okay.
Yeah, The dark side is fun because it's Vader showing up to planets and hacking people to pieces, which that's just good clean fun. Okay,
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Thanks for watching.
We dragged Justin through another one successfully.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, it's been rough. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, come back for the Gauntlet. This should be really fun.
Yeah, yep. Sunday's the Gauntlet, and we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
We'll probably spend some more of Sunday thinking about what decks we want to get into the Gauntlet.
Yeah, and then the spreadsheet tracking stuff.
Yeah. So
Player Herp's been building that up for the sharing and such.
Yeah. Lots of discussion in the Discord about it. So looking forward to that. I think that'll be fun. It'll be fun to take to like push our examining of like actual Keyforge games, and like see if like the data kind of like meets our expectations.
Yeah.
From what we've like learned from the last year and a half.
It'll tell us something. I don't know if that knowledge will be useful. That remains to be seen. So we'll find that out. We'll find out if the Gauntlet is even worth anything.
Yeah. Other than just saying, hey, this deck went 4-1 in the Gauntlet.
Yeah,
this deck's not bad.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think at the very least having it as a metric, we'll see if there's any data we can extrapolate from it.
So okay, everyone, have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Sunday night.
Yep. Goodbye.
Bye.